क्षमावान कोई तुझसे नहीं माँ, हे परमेश्वरी हे शुभकारी। क्षमावान कोई तुझसे नहीं माँ, हे परमेश्वरी हे शुभकारी। ज्ञान कर्मा भक्ति दे देवी, ज्ञान कर्मा भक्ति दे देवी। माँ चरणों में अक्षय पद देना। करुणा की छाव में हमें रखना। सीखे हमने एक राह पर चलना। ओ अपनी पनाह में हमें रखना। सीखे हमने एक राह पर चलना। सीखे हमने एक राह पर चलना। सीखे हमने एक राह पर चलना।
Good morning, everyone. Let's just namaskar, type our kundalini, put ourselves into bandhan, and then sit and enjoy the music.
शरीरं सुरूपं सदा रोगमुक्तम्। यशश्चारुचितरं धनं मेरुतुल्यम्। मानाश्चेन लगनं कुरु रात्रिपद्मे। तथा किं तथा मनाष्ठेन लग्नं गुरुराग्रिपद्मे तथा किं तथा किं तथा किं तथा किम् श्री माताजी श्री माताजी श्री माताजी श्री माताजी शतङ्गादिवेदो मुखे शस्त्रविद्या कवित्वादिगद्यं सुपाठ्यं करोति मनाष्ठेन लग्नं गुरुराग्रिपद्मे तथा किं तथा किं तथा किं तथा किम् श्री माताजी श्री माताजी श्री माताजी श्री माताजी विदेशेषु मन्या स्वदेशेषु धन्या सदाचारवृत्तेषु मातो न चन्या मनाश्चेन लग्नं गुरुराग्रिपद्मे तथा किं तथा किं तथा किं तथा किम् श्री माताजी श्री माताजी श्री माताजी श्री माताजी क्षमा मण्डले भूपालवृन्दै सदा सेवितं या सपधारविन्दम् मनाष्ठेन लग्नं गुरुराग्रिपद्मे तथा किं तथा किं तथा किं तथा किम् श्री माताजी श्री माताजी श्री माताजी श्री माताजी न भीगे न योगे न वावाजि मेधे न कण्ठा सुखनैव वीतेषु चितम् मनाश्चेन लग्नं गुरुराग्रिपद्मे तथा किं तथा किं तथा किं तथा किम् श्री माताजी श्री माताजी श्री माताजी श्री माताजी गुरु अष्टकं या पते पुण्यदेहि यतिर्भूपतिर्ब्रह्मचारी छगेहि लवेर्वञ्चितर्तं पदं ब्रह्म संज्ञम् Shri Mataji, Shri Mataji, Shri Mataji, Shri Mataji.
Let's just sit in silence. Okay. After that beautiful bhajan, what more do we need to say? Let's do the 4 mantras to Shri Ganesha. And as always, attention on each petal as we say each of the mantras. Ameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Ameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Ameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti
Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
This morning's talk is the eve of Easter Puja in Sydney, Australia, 1994.
In the sense that if you exclude Russia and the Eastern Bloc, then I would say maximum number of Sahajogis we have now in Austria, and the second is in Australia. I was late because a phone call had come from Austria. They were trying to talk to me. I was just wondering how it's such a coincidence. Now, we have started in a very bumpy way, I should say, to begin with. Australian Sahajayoga, we had funny leaders and lots of problems were there. But somehow or other, now we are settling down and we have a very nice group here, and that people understand the value of Sahajayoga. One thing about Australia is that it's a very far off place, very exclusive place, and it was surprising to me that how Sahajayoga prospered here so fast and so easily. Perhaps maybe one of the reasons that you are a little far away, sometimes I don't know something that I should know, and I know something I did not know. So the Australians always write very, very long letters. So long that I cannot really read the whole of it. As you know, your mother is very, very busy, so-called. And since morning I start reading, it doesn't finish till the lunchtime. So one thing I have to tell you, that whatever you have to say, you should say it short. Whether you make it long or short, I can understand it. What's the problem is, even with vibrations I can. Moreover, most of them are concerning themselves all the time, concerning themselves like, I'm sick, my daughter is like this, my father is like this, brother is like this, all regarding themselves. Very exclusive again. Now, I would like to know more about what you think of doing Sahajayoga, how you would like to go, how you would like to proceed, what is the best way of doing it. In that case, also sometimes I find people mostly write about what schemes they have to make money, how they want to involve Sahajayoga into that money-making propositions, this, that. So I'm surprised that Sahajayoga is a very different thing, and one has to realize that we don't have to make money out of Sahajogis or their collectivity or anything. Of course, you need money very well, but it should be done on a collective basis and not on an individual basis. So we are trying to plan out something for you, maybe may work out later on, that you might be able to sell some things here and make some money, or if you need some. But actually in Sahajayoga I've found we don't need much money. If all of you who are so many, they said there are 1,000 Sahajogis in Australia. 1,000 is a very big number. With the 1,000 Sahajogis, I was discussing that why do you have problem of money? You should not have any problem of money. So maximum how much do you spend? They said maximum we spend 25,000 for the tour and all organizing. And altogether they said we spend about 60,000. It's very simple. I said everybody, if they pay $6 per year, you can work it out. $60, I'm sorry, per year. It's not much, it's about $5 per month. And I said, is it too much? $5? I mean, I've seen the flowers cost you so. So on this point, they said some are very generous, but some do not pay a single pie. This is going too far. You see, also it's a Lakshmi principle. Must understand. If you try to save such a little amount as that, how can you expect Lakshmi principle to work out in you? You see, you must know what a unique thing is Sahaja. How it has redeemed you, how you have transformed you, and you have landed into such a beautiful area of God's kingdom. Now, this money is not for something that we use, say, for absurd things, but is for propagation. I come here nowadays, now I've decided to come every second year. So even this is too much for you to arrange my tour, then I will give up. If you think it is too much. Some of the people are like that, very miserly, and is a reputation, I don't know why, about Australians, they are very miserly people. They are not, on the whole they are not. On the whole, some of them are extremely generous, and some of them are very miserly, who somehow or other confront other people, and a very bad reputation is established. So all of you have to be little generous. Otherwise, others who are generous suffer the consequence. As a mother, I have to tell you that you have to be generous. You know, in the beginning, I was paying all the money for everything, because my husband also realized that he should really contribute to this noble work so that he is blessed. And this is where I think Australians are failing compared to all others, though they are very many in number. Now count your blessings. First count your blessings and try to understand that what you are doing is no good for Sahajayoga in Australia. Those who don't pay at all are really people who have not understood Sahaja. In Sahajayoga, of course, I don't need any money. I don't want any money. And also, somebody told me that the money was misplaced in Australia before, that's why people are afraid. That's no reason. You know that now we are handling the money ourselves. There's nothing like that, and we've done a lot of work since I have taken over. So one has to understand that this is a very low level behavior towards Sahaja, because Sahaja has given you so much. So much. And you just count what Sahaja has given you. Then it looks very low level that you can't even contribute 6 pounds or 5 pounds or $5, that to Australia. For your recession, who is responsible? How will you progress? This is a very delicate subject. I didn't want to talk about it. But if Australians are known to be like that, I think it's better to have a proper relation. Actually, the main heavy things that are paid, like building ashrams, building schools and all that, do not come from your money at all, not a single pie. From your money, nothing comes out. It comes out of international funds, out of people who are extremely generous, and also partly from me, and if some money is left over with the tour. So this one, I had to talk to you today. Saturday is all right. Not on Easter Day, I won't talk all these things. But today is the day when you should know that Christ was suffering. And this is the time we have to understand that you are not in the suffering anymore. You have come out. But the way you treat Sahaja is just a side issue, like buying a magazine sort of a thing. It's not good. You are not paying due respect to Sahaja. It's, of course, your dedication is important. Meditation is much more important. But little money you must keep for Sahaja. There is no need for you to pay like the way you pay for these gurus and all that. Nothing of the kind. But a little money you should learn to take it out with respect, with dedication. Because after all, we have to pay it in some places. I should not talk about these things, and I have told Stephen to circulate a letter of requesting them, telling them what the problem is. It is, in India, they are anxious to pay for surgery. And in every country I've seen, they are anxious to pay. So this kind of a atmosphere and this kind of a beautiful gathering that we have, we should also think what we can do for surgery. The second thing you have to do that as you have got your realization, others also should get it. So you have to form groups, go around the cities, go around to the smaller places and try to spread it. Some people do it. Definitely, some people do it. But there are thousands of Sahaja-yogis. If they do it every year, they can increase, multiply like anything. If you can really always think that we have to do something for Sahaja-yoga, you can go out on Saturdays, Sundays, form your music groups or anything, and try to establish Sahaja-yoga outside. You are duty bound to do it. Like when this light was not there, it was all right. But when it has got the light, it has to give the light. That is the duty of the light. It's the nature of the light. That's what you have to do, is to spread Sahaja-yoga as much as possible. The third thing I feel that I should point it out, that when it came to going to America, nobody wrote to me, nobody told me that people are going to America. It's very wrong. Because in America, Sahaja-yoga is not at all established. Very few Sahaja. Secondly, you just went there for a holiday or some sort of a thing, I don't know what. I have already told you that America is hell. Why do you want to go to America? There are other places you could have gone, you could have worked there. But you put pressure on those people who were there. Not only that, but you got all kinds of funny things from that horrible land of America. Americans, as you know, are very, very immature. They don't understand Sahaja. All kinds of gurus are there. There are witchcraft, legally accepted things like that. Of all the places, why should you go to America? I can't understand. And people just went there to America. It was a very wrong thing to do. Without even telling me, without even informing me, they went there. Otherwise, I would have stopped it. Another difficulty came up for me very much, that because you had not decided to go for an India tour. This is the last time we'll have such a tour, which was so expensive. But it was all thought that all Sahaja-yogis will enjoy in the same amount that you have been paying. We started this idea, everybody knew about it, but at the last moment, when I went to England to find out, there was no money at all. So I had to borrow money and do the business. This is very, very troublesome. And you don't want your mother to be troubled for nothing at all. And then suddenly so many came. You see, you understand that supposing you have to take this place. You cannot just last moment come and say, oh no, we want to take this place. You have to organize all your travel by train, by buses, by this, by that. How much Indians were? They organized everything throughout. This time they really got absolutely upset. Because some people just came to Delhi. Some people came through the Haryana tour. Some went to another part. But the worst is some of them just came up to Pune. They say, we'll do half. You better not go. If you have no money, you need not go. Mother, give us half, then 1/4, then 1/5. I mean, there's no bargain about it. The money that you give is for the full tour, because we have to organize it on that premises. For example, you go anywhere now. They'll say now, there is a train available if you have 500 passengers. So we take the whole train, all right? Now you only say 300 people pay, then all the 200, who is going to pay? It is something, you are away from the rest of the world, sitting down here, enjoying Sahaja-yoga, you don't understand that all these things have caused a lot of problems. And a deficit, big deficit, I don't know what has happened. I'm now going back to Kapela to sit down and find out about the accounts, which I am very bad at. And the more you care for such things, the worse it will be. I have to tell you that there's no planning needed as such. But anywhere in modern times, if you have to go, you have to do it beforehand. It's not just you reach there and say, all right, mother, we are here now, do what you like. All these things have really upset the Sahajogis in New Delhi and in Bombay. And they have sent me word that, mother, please tell all the Sahajogis all over the world, especially Australians, that they should take a decision before at least a month. So if you could decide in October, it would be better. And send over the money. Because if you borrow the money from the bank, you know you have to pay interest also. So, I know children sometimes don't behave properly. But you don't want me to have trouble of this kind. And a mother has to tell the children what are her problems. On the whole, there are some Sahajogis in Australia who are tremendous. They are doing so well. They send such beautiful cards to me. They write such beautiful poems that really I don't know how to thank them. But first of all, you have a duty to spread Sahaja. Secondly, it is for you to enjoy Sahaja, but also to see that by your behavior you don't trouble other Sahajogis all over the world. Sahaja has so much progressed here. It's very, very surprising. We had a very bumpy start. I used to think that Sahaja in Australia will be disappearing into Indian Sea or something. But we have now people who understand what is Sahaja. And also you have very, very good leaders practically everywhere. Also they understand Sahaja very well. And they think it's a very important thing. And try to think how important is Sahaja. With all those things, you see, a very, very simple understanding should be there that we belong to one family. When I come here, I feel a joy of a mother who's come to meet all her children, her family. And if we are in a family, we bear a responsibility. I don't want to put any pressure on you on money, which is not reasonable. But you should be also reasonable about it and try to think in a serious manner that whatever mother is doing, whatever she is trying, we should not put a burden on her. So, for one thing, I must congratulate you that all the collectivity has come back to normal. Even in Melbourne, I was surprised how the collectivity has come back and is helping everyone. Leaders, all of Australia, I talk to them one by one. And they only say that they are all right. For pujas, they are very good. They are good for other collective things we do. But as far as working for Sahaja, you will get handful of people. When it comes to working for Sahaja, very few will be available. Most of them think it's a sort of a by-the-way job. I'm busy with this, I'm busy with that. But that is not the way. You are really showing your sense of gratitude. If you want to show the sense of your gratitude, then you must run to ask, what do you want me to do? What should I do? Now in Pune when I went, I was so surprised. The Yuva Shakti, the young Sahajogis, they came to receive me, 6 of them all in a turban and in a very classical dresses with a big bugle and all kinds of things to receive. All the way on the road, They had built about 25 to 30 big gates on the way. And also had advertised all over Pune. And I was amazed. We had 100,000 people for, can you believe it? And then second time, when I went to Bombay, I was surprised really. We have a park called Shivaji Park, and there always had been big meetings of Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, this, that. And I was amazed that they all said there has been never such a big number of at least 125,000 people. All done by the people. Everybody working out, anybody who knew this one, he brought this, he brought that. And by doing that, you see, the expenses were much less. And they never put a pressure on me for money. Never. I've never seen these people. They are not so rich as you are very rich people. But they have never put any pressure on. To them, Sahaja is their life, Sahaja is their aim, and Sahaja is totality. So with all this, I have to tell you that I've told the leaders to make a list of people who do not pay money. Also to make a list of people who do not help in the work. Not the ones who help, but those who do not help. So I'll put a bandhan on them and let them feel that it is important what we have to do.
Let's meditate collectively. we'll finish with the 3 great mantras.
Shri Mataji, Shri Mataji ki jai.
Let's collectively namaskar, Taba Kundalini, and put ourselves into Bandha. some music for a couple more minutes and then I will finish. Thank you very much for joining. Jai Shri Mataji. Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. Have a beautiful Sahaj day.